Rolling down the boulevard in the speedboat Corvette, like a tail on a tornado ring to promise soaked in sweat. One hand on the glass pipe, the other on the wheel. Devil riding shotgun, singing, boy, let's make a deal.
This is Groundless, a Justified podcast. This is a podcast where we watch every episode of Justified and then come on here and talk about it. I'm Chris. That man is Randy. Uh-oh.
Oh, greetings. Wow, that was weird. All right.
That was weird.
Yeah, that was strange. Hey, so Taylor Swift was in town this weekend.
Yes.
And she had 2 sold-out concerts over at the Allegiant Stadium where the Raiders play. Mm-hmm. And it was like the greatest weekend that I've ever seen here in Vegas.
How did you put it to me in the text? You said all the girls who liked Taylor Swift 10 years ago, when they were teenagers, are all grown up now.
They're all grown up and they have jobs and money.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You know what? And she's really not my type of music, but I have to admit, like everybody's been raving about her set, because I guess it's like a 3.5 hour show or something.
It's like
that.
40 some songs, something like that. I don't know how she's going to keep it up for however many dates she's doing. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So, but man, you can see them all flying into the airport and all up and down the strip. All the what are they? The Swifties.
Swifties, yeah. Are they all passed out along the street afterwards, or are they pretty well behaved?
Oh, well behaved,
yeah.
Surprisingly, but very how would you say it? They just love her.
Eager. Yes. Yeah.
Very eager.
Yeah. No, they really do. That's a devoted following.
Yeah. But good on her. And I just wanted to say that it was fantastic. It was like, just, I don't know, it was kind of nice vibes, because there was the basketball going on here in town.
Yeah.
They had the
NIT.
They had they had the one of the regionals.
Oh, did they have one of the regionals there? Oh, that's cool.
It was over at T-Mobile.
Oh, okay.
And so that was going on. So there was games there this weekend as well. And it's just like right across the way from Allegiant. So it was like busy down in that part of town. I
bet, especially with the fruit or the Tropicana closed. Imagine that made everything nice and easy.
Yeah. It was, but it was fantastic. It was a good vibe. It felt like it was like summertime or something like that.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Yeah. And well, I mean, nobody listening to our podcast cares about this, but SDSU Aztecs fight. Look at that. Final Four. Yeah. San Diego State Aztecs. Congratulations. Good luck.
Yeah.
Looking
First
forward.
time ever.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, the thing with that, just really quick, is that because I hadn't watched a basketball game in a while, and when they do the reviews with the replay, it does. I think I texted you about that. It does like slow things down a little bit. Like
sucks a little bit of the momentum out. That's for sure. Yeah, I feel like State got robbed a little bit of their kind of celebration time a little bit by that, but.
Yeah,
it's important to get the call right. Especially when you've got 0.2 of a second left at the end of the game or whatever.
But yeah, it's cool.
It's great.
It's cool. Yeah,
but this is not a podcast about college basketball or Taylor Swift. No, this is a podcast about Justified, and we are here to talk about season 5, episode 10 of Justified, an episode called Wait. This episode originally aired March 18th, 2014, and our synopsis: Raylan and Boyd collide on the hunt for Dewey Crow, while bad blood simmering in the Crow family finally boils over. One of the better episodes of season 5, I think.
Yeah, I think it was. I mean, I think I sound like a broken record here, but it's. It wasn't the best episode, but it was probably for the season. It was probably one of the better ones. And there's the new character who arrives, who plays a big part. Who I like a lot, actually.
I do too.
She's like so crazy.
I know.
That we find out.
She's just the best.
Yeah.
Catherine Hale. That's our
Yeah.
guest star this week, actually. We can just go to that. We'll get to written by and directed by here in a second. We know those guys, but Catherine Hale, we haven't met yet. Mary Steenburgen. She is Mrs. Ted Danson, as we all know. Ted Danson, National Treasure. Mary Steenburgen, by proxy, National Treasure also. Back to the Future 3, of course. Everyone knows her from that. Step Brothers. Fantastic movie in Step Brothers. Fantastic role. She's on a TV show called Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist for a long time. She was in The Good Place, a few episodes, because her husband was on, obviously. She's been on Curb several times, because Ted Danson plays himself also on there, and she plays herself. Well, she plays a character named Mary Steenburgen. I hope that it's not, her. Same with Ted Danson. I do love that those guys all play versions of themselves. I think it's fantastic. But The Last Man on Earth. She was in The Last Man on Earth. That show is nearly perfect TV show that got ended one season too soon. They were going to pay it all off, and it got canceled. So thanks, Fox.
Oh.
But yeah, if you haven't checked out The Last Man on Earth yet, check it out. It's got her. It's got January Jones. It's real good. Real good. Real funny.
Okay.
She was also in Wilfred, 30 Rock. Her list of credits goes back to 1978, so we're not going to get too deep into that. But Mary Steenburgen, you know who she is, and as we do around here when we talk about a guest star, if you wanted to see her with her shirt off, you can do that. And I think Mary Steenburgen is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, she is.
I think she's absolutely gorgeous, and you can see her with her shirt off in a movie called Melvin and Howard, which is a movie about a guy who randomly meets someone who claims to be Howard Hughes one day, saves him from something, and is left $156 million in that person's will. So it's an interesting little story there. So, and it's highly rated on IMDb. I had never heard of it before, but apparently it's a pretty good movie. So Melvin and Howard is the name of that movie. But
cool.
Yeah, so that's our guest star for this episode. This episode written by Taylor Elmore and Keith Schreier. So we have another two credited written by in this episode. And Keith Schreier actually becomes a staff writer in season 6. So he's credited as a staff writer on all of the season 6 episodes. Taylor Elmore, we know him or her. I don't know if it's a him or a her, but we do know that person. Lots of episodes of Justified, involved in the new series, etc. And then directed by John Dahl. He does one episode a season, so we've seen his directing before. His episodes tend to be very similarly paced to this one, which is to say aggressively. There's a lot that happens in this episode, even despite the fact that it's 50 minutes long, which is about, I would say, like 7-8 minutes, like so almost 15% longer than your typical episode.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's noticeable. It really is. Like in this episode, being like you just notice like there's like a lot happening and it's just longer.
Yeah,
like in the as you're watching it, because usually they breeze by like what 40 something minutes.
Yeah, 40, 42, usually no more than 43. But yeah, this one's a full 50, and I mean. Look, the amount of content that we get in this episode obviously justifies the length of the episode. And it's even with a 50-minute episode, there's so much that happens here to kind of advance the plot. I almost wish that we had done away with the Uncle Jack episode and this became 2 episodes. I think there's enough here that you could write 2 episodes of this episode.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
And we wouldn't need Uncle Jack, but anyway, so that gets us through our episode basics, which means that we have to step into our time machine and take a quick trip back to the week of March 8th, 2014, and see what was going on in pop culture at the time.
Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
We did, and we always look at number 1 movie, number 1 song, and then we have a Florida Man story. And if you follow our Twitter, you will see that I alluded to what our Florida Man story is today. But our number 1 movie is Mr. Peabody and Sherman, back for its second week out of 3. for a total of $69 million. So it was number 2 last week, but came back to number 1 after 300 fell off, or 300 Rise of an Empire, or whatever it is. The 300 sequel fell off pretty dramatically after its first week. Need for Speed, which starred Jesse Pinkman, if I'm not mistaken, movie based on the video game, debuted at number 3, and also debuting in theaters this week, Veronica Mars, the movie that I believe was funded on Kickstarter, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grossed $2.3 million on 291 screens, so not a great weekend for a Veronica Mars movie.
Solid show. I think I did see that. That was one of the first ones that was crowdfunded, like first movie, like, and they made a lot, like they raised a lot of money for it.
Yes. Yeah. They raised like $10 million or $20 million. I mean, it was something obscene.
Yeah.
It always makes me angry when a corporation is raising money like that from people who are going to consume their product or their content to fund the development of their product or content that they're going to sell back to people. Oh man, that makes me angry. I mean, especially when it's a movie studio, right? Like, it's one thing if it's, you know, Joe's gonna make a I ordered a Cleveland or a Moments in Cleveland Sports History coloring book. It's the title is Why Is Daddy Sad on Sunday?
Oh, I remember that. You still have that?
I do still have that.
Oh, that's hilarious.
My name's in it because I was a sponsor. But so I ordered something like that. Like something like that I can totally see ordering on a Kickstarter. What I can't see is contributing a bunch of money to make a Veronica Mars movie that some studio is going to make a bunch of money off of. That makes me nuts.
Well, maybe that's why they raised the money, because nobody was willing to front it.
Well, that could be, but regardless, they're still going to sell the movie. It made $2.3 million that's first weekend. Did they pay that money back to the original investors? I don't think so.
Oh yeah, they probably paid it in like signed merch or something.
Yeah, exactly. We'll make it up to you in swag. Here's your Veronica Mars director's chair. Thank you for contributing at the $500 level.
People do that now, though. There are people who like have, like they'll pledge whatever, like all these, like, I mean, that's basically the model for like these OnlyFans sites, right? Like pay me $50,000 or whatever.
Okay, so allow me to defend OnlyFans for a moment. Okay. You're getting content in exchange for a membership fee that you're paying, right? Like generally that's how that works. You pay a monthly fee and you get content in exchange. It's pretty I don't know of a situation that like what you're talking about where you have to contribute a huge amount of money towards like something that they're trying to do. I'm not familiar with that.
Isn't that the way it works?
I don't think so.
I don't know how it works.
I mean, what I've seen, I'll admit it. I don't care. What I've seen is you pay either a monthly fee and get a bunch of content, or you pay like a one-time fee and get like one specific piece of content, like a video or a photo or whatever. But maybe there's some sort of like reverse auction sort of process or something that I'm not familiar with. But
there was a who was it that I saw? It was you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking of like Patreon or something like that.
Okay.
You know, they have the individual like like somebody will say there's this political commentator who I follow. I don't like, but she like had her set up where it was like, oh, if you donate to my Patreon, then I'll stop posting content because people like didn't like it was like the reverse.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay.
Like,
so she had an OnlyFans. People were upset that she had an OnlyFans, and she goes, okay, fine, fund me via Patreon and I'll stop posting stuff on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that attitude. I think it's a great attitude. I don't know why every woman doesn't have an OnlyFans account. I got to be honest with you.
I don't know, man. That's a once you go down that road, I don't know. Like have you like read like some of these people who like, maybe their ex well, not maybe OnlyFans, but like porn stars, and then they have a kid and the kid gets bullied